Have you ever felt like the weight of the world is pressing down on your shoulders? Like no matter what you do, you just can't seem to catch a break? You pray, you cry, and yet the struggles keep coming. But what if I told you that Allah may already be lifting your burdens, even if you don't see it yet? In this video, we will uncover 5 clear signs that Allah is actively making things easier for you. Some of these signs might surprise you, and by the end of this video, you might just realize that relief has already started to arrive. Stay with me until the end, because the last sign is something that could completely change how you view your struggles forever. Imagine a person who feels completely lost. They've been struggling with financial difficulties, health problems, or emotional pain for months, maybe even years. One night, after pouring their heart out in prayer, they wake up the next morning feeling different. They can't explain it, but something inside them has shifted. Their problems are still there, but somehow they don't feel as overwhelming anymore. That, my friend, is one of the signs that Allah is already lifting their burdens. Now, let's go deeper into these 5 signs, starting with the first one. Sign number 1. One of the first signs that Allah is easing your struggles is an unexplainable sense of patience. When hardships come, it's natural to feel anxious, frustrated, or even hopeless. But have you ever noticed that, after a period of turmoil, you suddenly feel calmer? That the situation is still there, but your reaction to it has changed? This is no coincidence. It is Allah placing patience in your heart, making your trials feel lighter. When Allah wants to relieve you, He doesn't always remove the hardship immediately. Sometimes He strengthens you so that the hardship no longer shakes you. If you find yourself becoming more patient, more accepting of what is happening, and less reactive to negativity, know that this is a divine gift. It is a sign that Allah is lifting your burden by strengthening your heart. But patience is just the beginning, because when Allah starts to ease your struggles, another powerful shift happens. And that brings us to sign number 2. Sign number 2. Think back to a time when you were drowning in hardship. Maybe your dua felt scattered, rushed, or even desperate. But then something changed. Your dua became more sincere, more focused. Instead of just asking for relief, you started asking for wisdom, for strength, for Allah's closeness. This shift is a sign that Allah is responding to you. When we are stuck in trials, we sometimes feel distant from Allah. But when He begins to lift our burdens, our connection with Him becomes stronger. We start turning to Him more often, not just in need but out of love. If your dua has become deeper and more heartfelt, it means Allah is guiding your heart back to Him. And that guidance is a mercy greater than any material relief. But Allah's mercy doesn't stop there. Sometimes, He shows us His help in ways we never expected. Sign number 3. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt completely stuck, only for an unexpected door to open? Maybe you were struggling financially, and suddenly, a job opportunity appeared out of nowhere. Maybe you felt completely alone, and someone reached out with exactly the right words to comfort you. These moments are not coincidences. They are divine interventions. When Allah lifts burdens, He often does it in ways we don't expect. Sometimes it's a new opportunity. Sometimes it's a sudden realization that changes our perspective. And sometimes it's a person sent into our life to remind us that we are not alone. The key is to recognize these moments when they happen. Because when you do, you will see that Allah has always been working behind the scenes to make things easier for you. But Allah's relief is not just external. Sometimes the most powerful sign comes from within. Sign number 4. There is a moment when the heaviness in your chest starts to fade. The pain that once seemed unbearable now feels manageable. You wake up one morning, and for the first time in a long time you feel at peace. This lightness is not random. It is a sign that Allah is removing the burden from your soul. Sometimes, relief doesn't come in the form of a changed situation. It comes in the form of a changed heart. When Allah wants good for someone, He grants them tranquility. This doesn't mean life becomes perfect overnight, but it means that your heart finds peace, even in the midst of difficulty. If you are beginning to feel this shift, this release of emotional weight, know that it is Allah lifting you up. And when this happens, something even greater takes place. The ultimate sign that Allah is lifting your burdens is sign number 5. This is the most beautiful sign of all. When burdens begin to lift, you will notice that your relationship with Allah transforms. You begin to turn to Him not just in hardship, but in gratitude. Your prayers feel deeper. Your heart feels lighter. You no longer feel like you are struggling alone. You feel a presence guiding you, strengthening you, protecting you. This is the true relief, because when you are close to Allah, no hardship can break you. No difficulty can overwhelm you. You realize that your struggles were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to bring you closer to your Creator. And once that happens, everything changes. The reality is we all go through trials. We all feel the weight of life's struggles pressing down on us. But if you recognize these 5 signs, know that relief is on the way. Whether it's through patience, powerful du'as, unexpected blessings, emotional lightness, or a deep connection with Allah, His mercy is always near. So ask yourself, have you experienced any of these signs in your life? Maybe you are closer to relief than you think. Maybe Allah has already begun lifting your burdens. You just haven't noticed it yet. If this message resonated with you, share it with others who may need to hear it. Because sometimes, a single reminder can be the turning point for someone who is struggling. May Allah grant ease to all those facing hardship, and may He bring us closer to Him in both trials and relief. If you found this message powerful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring content. And remember, no burden lasts forever. Allah's help is always near.